A tattooed forest in Brewster. Next.
CapeCast.
We've crossed over to the uplands here on the South Trail at the Cape Cod Museum of Natural History in Brewster. A fun place to walk. You come along, you see these American beech trees, and then you look a little closer, and you realize these things have been carved up. There are initials, hearts, messages, pictures on these trees here, and some other ones in this forest. What's the deal with that? So Chris, we found some American beech trees on a trail here in Brewster, and a lot of them were carved with initials, hearts, messages, dates, things like that. Is this bad for a tree in general?
Well, I can understand the desire to leave your mark, but every time a tree gets damaged, whether it's from a storm or from someone carving on a tree, you're opening up a path for disease to get in. You're potentially bringing out sap and things that may attract insects. So generally, it's not good for the tree.
Now, why American beech trees?
Well, when you look at a lot of the trees that we have out here in Cape Cod, they're definitely more of a rough bark, except for the beech tree. The beech tree is kind of that gray, smooth bark tree. I always look at it as like the foot of an elephant, and it's almost like paper. It's an attractive surface to mark up and make it into, you know, your little symbol on the world.
Now, have you seen this on beech trees before around Cape Cod?
I have, on Cape Cod and other places too. And a beech tree is a long-lived tree. It's got, you know, a big bark. So sometimes you can see them, and, you know, maybe as a kid you marked a tree and you come back 30, 40 years later and you're surprised to see that, yeah, it's still there. It's moved and grown a little bit, but your mark's still there.
Fred Dunford, archaeologist at the Cape Cod Museum of Natural History, which owns the property, said the area attracts hundreds of walkers a year, and he isn't surprised so many folks have marked the trees. Anthropologically speaking, Dunford said people have been marking and shaping the landscape in which they live for centuries. People like to leave a lasting statement about who they are, said Dunford. Dunford said he didn't know how long the tree carving has been going on, and that he hadn't heard any concerns about it. He wasn't aware of any plans to stop or discourage the practice.
CapeCast.